There we go. All right. Hello. Let's see who's here. Hello, hello. Good morning. Today's quite the day. So today, I want to share with you, we have brand new color cards. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Hello, good morning. If you could, in the chat, say hello, that would be fantastic, so I know who's hanging out with me. It would be much appreciated. All right, so I'm gonna start by coloring the skin of these. And so when I do color cards, I like to color them all the exact same way. And that's where I start. These are brand new. They are being put in the shop as we speak. And so you will get lots of practice coloring. When you purchase our color cards, you get them both a black and white version and a colored version. And good morning, Tyler. And you get the black and white and the colored version so you can print them out. And when you print them out, everybody's printer is a little bit different. So that is why we give you the black and white version as well, so you can color it yourself to get the true colors of what's going on. So these will be in the shop, I believe, by the time the video is over, but it all depends. So I'm just adding shadows where I think there would be shadows. These are just for you. Nobody's gonna see them, so you don't have to be absolutely perfect on them. Tyler, do you mind sharing this video in our group so that people can see that I'm live over here? That would be amazing. So coloring in your color cards, you will get lots and lots of practice coloring skin. And these ones are for hair, so obviously you will get lots of practice coloring hair. Oh, well, Andrew, I'm glad that you're here. We are coloring our brand new color cards. So this is my E11 or E11, and I'm just blending out that E04. And I tend to color the skin pretty fast with these, as I have 6 of them to color. And I think we're gonna do the skin and the dress first. On all of them before we get into coloring the hair. So that way if people pop on late, they get to see the coup de grace. You can see I'm using little brush strokes, going over. Oh, I forgot this whole part on her neck. Going over that previous color and then bringing that color out. Well, hello, Aunt Candy. Thank you for joining me. Check this out. We have brand new color cards. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate that. Anybody who's willing to share, I would appreciate that. Aunt Candy, go rattle your sister's cage. You can see I'm just coloring the skin really fast. I'm not like doing the greatest job ever. I'm just kind of getting it done because I have 6 of these to color. So I'm not spending a crazy amount of time making the skin absolutely perfect. Sometimes I really enjoy the repetitive coloring of these. So there's one. Okay. And I actually will not be here tomorrow. There will not be a live tomorrow. So again, everything's done in these little brush strokes, nice and soft. That way they're easier to blend out. If you just do one big straight line, it's not as easy to blend because you have to break up those pigments because you're actually staining the paper fiber. So in order to get the paper fiber to move, you have to saturate it a lot. I know, right? Gasp. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. So if you use the little brush strokes, it actually helps you to be able to blend much, much smoother. The more control of the marker you need, the closer to the nib you should hold it. Oh, wow, they're already in? Good Lord, Tyler, your wife is fast. There is the link for these color cards. That's amazing. She's so awesome. I have good news for her too. I need to talk to her. So there won't be very many lives next week. Is it next week? I don't know. My days are all discombobulated at this point because we will be headed to Orlando for Creativation and Universal Studios. Tyler, do you think we'll have time to go down and visit? That's funny. Do you think we'll have time to go down and visit that lady at that shop, the boutique? Or do you think that we will have time to go to the beach? I don't know how far the ocean is from you, but I haven't been to the ocean in many, many years. Two weeks. Okay. 2 weeks. So not next week, but the following week. I'm glad somebody knows my schedule. I'm having a hard time with my schedule as of lately. I know, right? The beach. I have not been to the ocean and I can't even tell you how long. It has been a very, very long time. And it's not like I want to like hang out there forever. I don't know. Feel like I need to see the ocean. But if it's really far, then we won't. We may not have time for all that jazz. Our schedule's pretty packed. Smooth it all out. All right, there's girl number 2. An hour or so. Ooh, I made her cry. I just now printed these. Like literally 2 seconds before we came on live. Whoa, I might fall over. Thank you for getting those color cards in so fast. And also, I have news for you, so I do need to talk to you. Hi, Vicky. We have brand new color cards in the shop. These are the blondes. And they will be followed very soon by the brunettes. And I have black hair. And I also have red hair. The gingers. What do you call black hairs? You have blondes, brunettes, gingers. Oh, okay. I can get that for you. I didn't even think about that. You don't have any special name? You're not a brunette or a ginger or a blonde or anything like that. Just black hair. There is a lot that goes into making these color cards, guys. And I hope that you really, really enjoy them. Nona just woke up. Hi, Nona. Grab your cup of coffee. Join us as we color brand new color cards. There's so much that goes into them. So I start with a blank card with just the image. And then I start creating the hair blends. So choosing colors, mixing and matching, seeing what goes together, looking for inspiration pictures of different colors of hair, trying to recreate that in Copic blends. There's just a lot that goes on. So back and forth, and then once I find ones that I like or that I think will work, I then print a fresh set of these girls and I go for it. I color them all out using the colors that I have chosen. And then I analyze them and see if it's something that I really like, or, you know, I kind of sleep on it for a day to see if they are great colors. Colors that people would use, all of that kind of stuff. Then if they are, then I print out these parts and I name them. And then I color another set of them so that they're beautiful for the scan. And that's the one that you guys, yeah, raven hairs. But that's like a specific color of black. You need a coffee maker. And then once I color the pretty set, I have a very high capacity scanner and I scan them at very high resolution. And then I send them to Cameron. And then Cameron converts the file so that it can be put into a digital so that when you guys purchase it, it can be downloaded and printed. So yeah, it's a couple of days for each set. A couple of days of creating for each set. So there's 3 down. And I did not mean to grab this specific piece of paper. So the paper, you can see there's like a gray spot right here. Every once in a while when I order my paper, I get sheets that are flawed. And so those are the sheets that I keep, that I color on. And I send all of you guys the perfect sheets. Hi, Allison. So we're coloring brand new color cards. Brand new. Like just hit the shop just a moment ago because Cameron is awesome. I totally forgot her ear. don't know if I could live without a coffee maker. What do you drink in the morning, Andrew, if you don't have coffee? Cameron, do y'all have a coffee maker? Just dawned on me. I might be going to a house without a coffee maker. You don't drink coffee or tea? The circle guru. Where did that come from, Allison? Do tell the story behind your name. So in the creative process, I would die. Okay, good. I'll bring a box of my K-cups. Hi, Joy. Oh, Joy, I have some interesting things for you. Joy and I found out that we have very similar beliefs, and so we got to chatting the other night, and we just had the most fun chat. Like for hours and hours, just back and forth, and it wasn't like you had to immediately reply. It was, it's like we were just sitting there chatting back and forth. And so if one of us took a few minutes to reply, whatever, and we chatted for hours and hours, and it was just the best time. I just enjoyed myself so much. So we're coloring brand new color cards. Tyler upgraded my Keurig for me when the last one went. Oh my god, they always die mid-cup. Oh. I don't know that I've ever had coffee from Dunkin'. I'm sad to say I support communist coffee because, I spend my money at, oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, it's nice when you don't have to have like an immediate response, that you can either think it over or, finish what you're doing and then respond in kind. So I'm sure Joy and I will continually have an ongoing conversation for the rest of forever. And it's on multiple platforms at this point. We've exceeded our one platform. We're no longer just on Messenger. We're everywhere else too. And we pick up the conversation from multiple platforms and reply. So it's pretty awesome. I love when you can find people like that. But I go to Starbucks because I like how bitter their coffee is, and I do not like that my money supports political agendas, but I do like their coffee, so it's kind of why I say it's my guilty pleasure. I don't know. It just bugs me. Why can't it just be coffee? Like, why's it got to be all politics? But there's a local coffee shop here that's really awesome. They have really good coffee too, but it's just not quite as dark, not quite as bitter. And I like my coffee dark, like my soul. So there's that. Oh, Tyler, speaking of coffee places, I know, right? Starbucks always wins. They just do. I forgot to put your sticker from Dutch Brothers in with your stamps. I'm sorry, I'm a bad big sister. But I did get you a sticker. Okay, you guys, we have 2 left. Are you still hanging with me? Are we still good? This is when I really go through some ink in my Skin Blend, when I start coloring all these color cards. I've refilled these once. To not do something crazy. So Duncan is best for your sanity. I getcha. I getcha. The commercial says America runs on Duncan, so I'm surprised their line's not long too. Oh yeah. I could imagine your daughter on coffee. Will we actually get to meet her? Or is she going to be with Grandma and Grandpa? Still good? Okay. I know it's kind of time consuming, but at least you guys kind of get a window into my world on what I do when I make these. Now think about that I do this like 4 or 5 times over, sometimes 6, depending on the amount it takes to actually make the color cards. Oh, so they spread the line around. Everybody goes to their favorite one. Sandy must be working this morning, because she hasn't popped on yet. I know you guys have been begging for color cards, so that's why I started making them again. So there will be other hair blends coming out soon. I started with all the hair. We will do a skin color card. Oh, I see. Are we there like on actual Easter? Are we ruining your Easter plans by crashing your casa? So we're going to Creativation in Orlando, and that's in 2 weeks. And we will be there for a week, and then we will come home for a weekend. And then we will be going to Chantilly, Virginia, which is right outside Washington, D.C. And we will be doing an expo in Chantilly, Virginia. So our April is pretty full. We also have a show in no, Copic does fall very short in purple blends, and I believe I have purple color cards. Do I not? Hello, Cheryl. Good morning. I thought that I had purple color blends. Maybe I don't. Check the shop, and if not, let me know, and I will work on creating purples. There's also a show in Boise that we will be doing in April. It's a Pinners Conference, so it's not an expo. But yes, the Copic color blends for purples do fall quite short indeed. Also for yellows. I know I have yellow color cards. Last one, guys. And then I'll just color one of the dresses so that you guys can see, like I did the skin. It's totally up to you. I'm okay, Cheryl. I'm not doing great. I'm trying to pretend that I'm totally fine. But shortly after I take my antibiotics, yes, in Boise, Nona, towards the end of April, and it is the Pinners Conference, and we are teaching a class there, and we have a booth there, and it's at Expo, Idaho. Anyway, Cheryl, every time I take one of the antibiotics, it just makes me sick all over again. So I decided that I would take them after my lives, but then that puts me taking it like right at the same time as Sandy's live. And so I don't really get to watch Sandy's lives because looking at a screen when you're super nauseous is color cards are available in blonde, teal, purple, pink, blue, orange, yellow, red, and green. I don't know why you don't know about this. Yeah, every time. And so when you look at a screen when you're already like nauseous or nauseated, it really intensifies that feeling. So I try because I want to tag people for her so that her viewership goes up. Because on Facebook, if you don't tag people, they really don't know that you're live. Which we have a schedule, so people should know by now that we're live. But, you know. So do you guys want me to color all of the dresses right now? Or do you want me to move on to the coup de grace and color the hair? Because it has been 40 minutes of me coloring skin. But now you guys know why I can color skin, because think of all the times that I've done this. Practice, practice, practice. You loved her flowers that she did last night? Yeah, the jewel tones. Very pretty on those little daisies. And those daisies are available as a digital image. You get the whole set of daisies. The entire set. Just color one dress. Faith hasn't been around lately. I don't know. I mean, after her, well, for like a year. I know she had her neck surgery and stuff, and I know she hasn't been crafting a lot lately, but yeah, I have not seen her around lately at all. I believe it was her birthday recently, too. It either was her birthday or is about to be her birthday. I hope she's healing well. It was. You were a day late. Well, at least I knew it was close. Just color one dress. I'm going to color one dress, and then we will get on to coloring the hair, which is the whole point of these. And when you do yours, you don't have to color all the skin. I mean, you can do them however you want. I just know that when you color all the hair and you leave everything else blank, it looks a little weird. Just like this, when you color just the skin and you leave everything else blank, it looks a little weird. When I do these color cards, I tend to color the dress white so that the focus is on the hair. When I color the other color cards, I color them fun colors like that. Okay. Put these away. So I use C3, C1, C0, and then I use my colorless blender. So as you can see, let me show this. So I have this is my Rolodex, and I have the cards on here like this. So these are the reds, these are the oranges, these are the yellows. I haven't made dividers for my greens. And then I have my blues. And then I have my purples. I don't even have them all on here. Look at that. So then when I put this on here, it'll be like that. But you can see when I color these, I color them so that the hair and the dress and then the line are all the same color. So you get an idea of different textures. So with these, I just want the hair. So I will start by adding pleats to her dress. And this is my C3. Just where there's a little bit of an indentation. And then I'll come down from her waist, continue those pleats, and then shade in her waist. And then I'll come up here, put a little shadow line under her bust. And then up here are her shoulders. And then I won't forget to do her shoes. Just like that. So not a ton of shading. I know, I love this little girl too. I've colored her 100 million times. Thanks. And I don't think, I know, right? Make a Rolodex. Or you can also use, I'll show you. Do you have a Dollar Tree near you? I'll show you another cool thing that you can use. Yes, tons of them. Okay, cool. I'll show you another cool thing that you can use if you don't have an old Rolodex hanging out. But really go to like antique fairs and stuff. You will find an old Rolodex eventually. Or mine is the Heidi Swap one, and it's called Memory Dex. And you can get that as well. And then the die for this is from the Heidi Swap Memory Dex. So at the dollar store, they have these little bins, and these fit in here perfectly. So you can line them all up in these little wooden bins, and you can cover this with paper or whatever. It's just a little balsa wood bin, but they fit in here just perfectly. And then me, I have it full of things that you probably shouldn't see. You probably just got a really good sneak peek of an upcoming release. Oh, you have one on your desk already? That's amazing. Well, now you know what you can use it for. Who wants to use it for contacts? Let's use it for color blends instead. So now, Joy, I foresee you buying all the color cards and coloring them up. You probably better get a pack of Sweet Sentiment paper too, because once you print all those out, you're going to be running low on paper. And you want to color them on the paper that you'll be using to create with. There you go. On Amazon, I believe you can order. Tyler, oh, you knew what you were looking for, though. This is my colorless blender. Now people are going to be going back and pausing. Looking at my stash of pre-fussy cut things. Okay, so that's how I color a dress for these color cards. Yes, and sharing them. What do you mean and sharing them? No sharing digital images. Violates angel policy. But you know that. There's my Sandy Ladoohoo. Okay, so we're going to grab the colors from this color blend. YR24 is our first one. Y26 is our second one. Y35. If I can find it. YR31. Oh, yes. Just cover up the colors. Because if people see the colors just chilling, then they don't really have to buy the cards. No giving away digis. There's no. It's always a no. Of course, you can watch this video, so, you know, it's a thing. But you need the cute color cards. That's what's important here. Sharing is caring sometimes. Okay? So now I color this part, and then I come in and I start coloring her hair. And as I color her hair, I'm going to start in the darkest parts first. Look, Sandy, the new color cards are in the shop as of the beginning of this video. Yay! And your jewel tone daisies last night were gorgeous. Focus, people. I need the color cards. So excited. What are we focusing on, Andrew? What do I need to focus on? Okay, so that's what I do for the darkest part. Then we go to Y26. Oh, people need to focus on me. They don't really need to focus on me, it's fine. Okay, so when I do these, I always overlap. So there's the true color, there's the overlap, and then this will be true color, and then there will be overlap, so that I can see what it looks like with both on both sides of it, I guess. So when you're coloring your own color cards, you can use that method as well. Because some of these really don't look like they blend, especially with hair blends. You don't necessarily want the colors to absolutely blend together super soft and nicely, because hair catches light in many different ways. And so you don't necessarily need a perfect blend. You're looking more for an overall color. Okay, so again, I like turn this upside down because I'm better at it this way. So I overlap into that Y26, and then I bring it up enough that I can overlap and still have true color here in the middle. And since I'm already upside down, I'm going to go ahead and color everything that needs to be colored this direction. Uh-oh, y'all got quiet again. Sandy Nona didn't know about the Pinners Conference here in Boise. Your hair was auburn? What color is it now? Is it just jet black, or is it like a warm, soft, like brownish black, espresso color? I thought you had black hair anyways. I could be wrong. Okay. And I have a little fuzz ball on there. My hair is going to be a completely different color tomorrow. We're getting our hairs done on the same day, Sandy. I will not be doing a live tomorrow as my hair appointment is at the same time my live would be. Try not to oversaturate with this last color. You want to bring the light in, but you don't want to oversaturate and get rid of all of that texture you just created. So there we go. There is blonde number 1. El blonde numero uno. Okay, so now we're gonna go platinum. Yeah. I had a lot of fun making up these colors, you guys. And you can see sometimes I have way too much fun naming them and whatnot. So deepest apologies. So we're gonna start E42. Sometimes I doubt myself. E81. E41. E50 to add a little warmth to it. And E40. Do you remember the dates of the Pinners Conference, Sandy? I know naming is always fun. This one I went really benign with because I wanted people to understand the colors of blondes. But if you look at the color ones, all of these that I was showing you, there's some totally tangerine and sweet red and red garnet. Like I have lots of poppy red. The greens I think were especially Brussels sprout. I had too much fun naming all of them, so. So again, we're going to come up from the bottom here. I'll color the dress on this one later, since I don't want to bore y'all. Okay, so you can see this is a pale color. Just kidding, 422 and 423. There you go. There's some musings about another virtual retreat, so stay tuned for that. So this platinum blonde is a very pale color, but all platinum blondes are. And I actually used like a hair swatch from a colorist to create this one. And tried to match the colors within the platinum blonde to be this color. Right? There's like fresh broccoli and I went all out with the naming of the green ones, let me tell you. Okay. So this is one that you for sure don't want to oversaturate because it's going to be really easy to lose all of your texture in this one because everything is so pale. So be really careful. I mean, you see I'm just making a minimal amount of brush strokes. And that's all. You'll get really good at coloring hair after you color all these color cards. E41, it's actually a little bit darker, but I like to put that E8 one first because it's got a little bit of a green hue to it. So this is going to bring that back. I don't want her to look like she's been swimming in a swimming pool this summer. Yup. Okay, so this E50 is actually, there goes Archie. It's called eggshell. It's definitely not. It's definitely a warm, like, yellow base. I honestly do not know what he was barking at, but all right. So again, not too many brush strokes. We don't want to wash out all of the texture we're trying to create here. Look at, doesn't she look totally platinum? Super platinum. And then our last one is E40, and it's called Brick White. And I find that very weird, but there you go. It is what it is. When I think of bricks, I don't think of white. And there you go. There's our little platinum blonde. Okay, so we have those done. Let's go to our next one. This one's Buttery Blonde. And we're going to start with our E55, our E53, Y32, Y13, and E00. So again, I'm going to turn this upside down. And I'm going to come all the way up to where it's in between the E55 and the E53. And I leave these rough brush strokes because I want it to mimic the hair and what it looks. All the swatches, Holly, these are brand new swatches. Holly, is there closed captioning on this when I'm live? Or are you just left to your own devices? No, there's not. Bummer. Wonder if that's something we can figure out, Cameron. Another thing to your uber long list, my dear. Okay, same with the 5-3. I come all the way up to in between those two colors. There we go. Automatic translation. There's another thing that's just for closed captioning that's not a translator scenario. And it depends on your watch hours and all of that stuff if they close caption you. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up button, I would totally appreciate a thumbs up. And if you are liking, I know, right? It is total good grief. And if you are liking watching these videos, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be amazing. There's also a place once you do hit subscribe that will let you turn on notifications so that you will get notified whenever we are live. So this is where that buttery part comes in, these soft, soft yellows. I'm gonna bump up the yellow just a little bit by adding this Y13. I think it really needs, in order to be buttery, I think it really needs this kick of yellow. And then don't worry, because we're gonna tone it back down with this E00. So it's not gonna be like, whoa, in your face. Closed captioning would probably have a hard time with me anyways. All the weird stuff that I say. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Because Holly Brown really needs closed captioning. Okay, so see how pink this E00 is? So when you add that over the top, it makes that bright yellow that kind of creamy, buttery, soft yellow. Yay! The Chinese ones, yeah. I'm gonna bet that's a hard pass. All right, so we're halfway through, so let's keep on going. I have a honey blonde, so we're gonna start with Y28, which is one of my favorite yellows, to mix with Y26. We're gonna have that E55 right back. Where did I put it? And that E53 again. And then we're gonna go with Sandy's favorite yellow, that Y11. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. But I think Kathy has a ton of watch hours, and we don't have as many watch hours. So it's a matter of getting our viewership up in order to get to a point where Facebook deems us worthy of having closed caption. Okay, so this is like a golden yellow. It's like a nattering. What does that mean? This is like a tarnished gold. Really pretty as a base for anything that you want to color golden. So I use it a lot when I'm coloring like belt buckles, or on the Pegasus I often color golden hooves, and I start with this color as the shadow color. And it is a super great shadow color for anything that you want to be yellow or golden, even flowers, things like that. Aw, Vickley, that's so sweet. Might not matter to YouTube, but I matter to Vicky. I appreciate you saying that. That was very cute. Okay, so this Y26 is like the actual golden color. I love it. But be sure to go all the way back over that Y28. And that's how you get that really cool golden shadow. Okay, now we're gonna go to E55. This is where the kind of honey comes in because it's a little bit more brown. It's like that soft yellowish brown. And you can see these colors do not blend at all. And that's okay, because if you look at people's hair, now y'all are gonna be like creepsters going around looking at people's hair. But look at photos maybe and not people in real life. I don't know. But if you look at people's hair when it's out in the sun, or even under some sort of light, you can see that it definitely has very different colors, and those colors don't always necessarily blend together. But as a whole, they create an overall hair color. Okay, again, 5-3. And then since we have taken these browns in here, I want to kind of yellow this up again so that we're really looking at that honey type color. Not necessarily the honeycomb, but the actual liquid itself. I'm going to use that Y11 to add that yellow back into it. I know people watching is fun. I really enjoy people watching. I like coming up with stories about what they are, who they are, what they're doing. I know that was in like some movie, like Date Night. I want to believe that it was in that movie. There we go. There's our honey blonde. So you can see when you start lining these out how different they really are. Very different tones of blonde. Okay, so we have 2 left. Strawberry blonde. You guys know this one's going to be different, right? All right, so we're going to start with E33. We're going to go to E21, YR61. That's where you get that strawberry from. There's our Y11 again. And I have YR20, which is very similar to E21. This has a little bit more of a yellowish base, and this has a little bit more of a pink base. So we're going to start with that E33. Okay, and then I'm going to come from the bottom of her hair, along her shoulders, underneath her ear, down her cheek. On this side, same thing. Up to her shoulders, underneath her cheek, underneath her ear, above her ear, where this one hair overlaps, from the part of her hair, and where this is tucked in behind her ear. Okay. Now you'll see this E21 is pretty pink, which is funny because if you look at it in her face, it doesn't look very pink. But if you look at it in conjunction or right next to that E33, you can see the pink in it. It's funny to take some of these markers out of context of what we usually use them in and place them somewhere else in a color blend, and you can really see the comparison. Again, this is another very light color, so you don't want to oversaturate. This YR61 is very pink. This is where we're getting that strawberry from. About to hear Archie again, I think. And after coloring these color cards, you'll all be really good at coloring hair, right? Lots of practice involved, especially if you're buying the color ones and then the hair ones too. See that strawberry come through? Very cute. Now we're gonna put the blonde back in our strawberry blonde. And again, you notice these colors do not really marry very well. They do not blend, and that's okay. We're not looking for smooth blends. We're looking for color properties. Okay, and now this YR20, again, is kind of a yellowy pink. It does say yellowish shade. It's like a peachy color almost. And we're gonna come in over the top of that Y11 just to tone down the yellow some and make this more that strawberry blonde soft color. Look at that. Super cute. Okay, now we have one last one. This is an ash blonde, and I kind of saved this one for last on purpose, because an ash blonde is almost a gray color. So we're gonna start with our W's. We want warmth. So I have W4 and W3. Some of them really need refilled after doing these color cards. Let me tell you that for sure. But I've been filling some of them along the way. I've filled my skin tones a couple of times. So I added these E's in here to add a little bit of warmth to it. Some of them will. I don't think it'll be too bad, but you know how it is. We always need marker maintenance. It's just a thing. We color too much. They're not super bad though. I mean, my caps are still clean on most of them, except for the ones that we didn't clean last time. I say we. I'm running fast and loose with the word we. The caps that we didn't clean last time are pretty grody. There's a couple of them that even I'm like, ooh, I need to clean that. So this is W4, and yes, this is super, super gray. But if you look at an ash blonde, there is a lot of gray tone in that ash. That's why you asked. So we're going to use this a little bit sparingly, but you'll see when this all comes together. But I know a lot of people will look at this color combo here and go, what? That's not blonde hair. And again, this is why it takes so long to come up with these color cards. And I hope you guys really enjoy them, and I hope it opens up your horizons, gives you some little bit of reference of things, and that you use them. If not verbatim, use them as a starting point to create your own blends. These are just ideas to get you started. Okay, so there's W4. I know, right? Silly you, Sandy. Asking if my markers need maintenance. Yes, really great reference tools and just a place to start, you know? If you want to create your own blend, it gives you like a jumping off point. And you can sub some colors out and replace them. And I don't know, I just think they're a super great tool, especially for new colorists who are maybe afraid of creating their own color blends, or colorists that have been around the block a time or two and are looking for blends that are like out of their usual, out of their norm. I thought that your sister just did all of yours, Nona. Okay, so this is E43, and this is where the more blonde part comes back into play. And again, you see that these do not blend at all. I mean, I guess you can kind of force them to blend, but... And I'm going all the way back into the shadow with this. Because I wanted to turn that gray a little bit warm. So if you like go to Pinterest or Google or whatever and look up ash blonde, you will see this kind of gray, light brown color. Or some of you can look in the mirror and see an ash blonde. You'd like to give that job up? Yeah, or colors that just don't feel like thinking on that particular day. It's like you get a writer's block. Colors get color block. And you just can't think of a color. So these make great mojo starters, if you will. Okay, and then our last one is this WO. Yes, Sandy. We can always use new purple color cards. I would love to expand our color cards. And I think people would love us to expand color cards. And I think purple is always in high demand. And there we go. There is our ash blonde. Pretty cool, huh? So we have our ash blonde, we have our buttery blonde, we have a honey blonde, we have a golden blonde, we have a strawberry, and a platinum. There you guys go. I hope, right? I hope that you guys really enjoyed these. I hope that you purchase them and use them. And I hope they help you in your coloring journey. So thank you for joining me for kind of a marathon today. We've been on for an hour and a half coloring. Again, please click the like button. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We would really appreciate that. And I'm going to go color the rest of these dresses and add them to my super cool color Rolodex. And all of these other ones are in the shop. And I don't even have them all on here, I noticed. So I have some color cards to color in my future. Here's my purples. So there you go. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all later. Toodles!